Chief Meteorologist Brian Neudorff. You've made it to Friday, the weekend. Oh, you can see it. We're going to go back into velocity mode and continue to track the storm. This velocity mode shows a spin or rotation that's taking place in the actual storm. And the story, it's all about the wind. That is what everybody wants to ask me, from crew chiefs to fans to the media. Why? Why did you want to be Kidcaster?
Seeing how you predict the weather, and because I want to meeting you, because I want to be exactly like you and have a TV career when I'm older.
Well, that's probably the best answer I've heard as Kidcasters. You know, I guess I'm going to start with a big question I think everybody wants to know. How are you keeping this thing watered in a truck? And at least through Wednesday, that's when things begin to change a little bit.
The autumn came early this year.
Are you ready for some football?
You bet. You bet.
A meteor shower peaks tonight, the Orionids.
Let's all be famous one more time.
This is the push.
All right.
Because I've got some wet weather headed our way.
Yeah, wet starts with snow, rain. Tell me if you've heard this one before.
Yeah.
Maybe freezing rain, but I don't think the pocket or the window is that big like last time. We'll watch it closely. We'll have to nowcast that when it gets in here. But temperatures right now in the 20s, 24 Twin Falls, 25 Jerome, 23 in Dietrich. You got teens up in the Wood River Valley. We got high clouds, but the clouds are going to continue to increase. So we'll see those temperatures maybe stay steady. You got a break here, but there's more clouds waiting. That's that next system working its way in here with a warm front, and that's what we had last week. But down about 4 above in the Wood River Valley, clouds get in there a little late. You'll see more clear skies here this evening. We're about where we're at right now. We may drop a little bit before midnight, but the low temperature by morning, 24 degrees, mostly cloudy, and 21 in the Minnecaja region. Skies will range, generally speaking, mostly cloudy. It's this warm front, that's the next system, and we're already starting to see the snow making its way into northern California, Nevada, and it works in here in the morning. I'm going to go, most of it spreads in here about mid-morning into about midday, but some of you could see it come in here later. Let's zoom in here. We've got advisories. Now, somebody asked me earlier, why is Gooding, Jerome, Twin Falls not under an advisory, but say Minidoka, Cassia County, Lincoln under one? Part of it, you have 2 different National Weather Service offices, the Pocatello one and the Boise office. Here, though, parts of Cassia, Lincoln, Minidoka are going to see higher amounts of snow than, generally speaking, this area. That's why. But that may change once the system moves in and we've got that winter storm warning through Friday at 5 o'clock with snow, rain and snow, and then back to snow. Here's the breakdown initially. Snow arrives between 9 and noon tomorrow for most locations. It may come in a little earlier to the south. Mixes, changes to rain, looking like Wednesday night, a little earlier than last time. We'll watch that closely. Very low threat of freezing rain. I'm not saying it won't happen, but I think the window is a lot smaller. And then, again, on the day Thursday, all-day rain. We're going to watch that closely, but we start warmer than we did last time. Let's time it out. Starts off, here we go. There's their snow knocking on the door, 9 o'clock, spreads in here. Now you notice some purple. I think we may still be snow through 3, 5, 6 o'clock. Then by 11 o'clock, we might see that changeover take place. And then continuing into the morning, you see a lot more green. I know it wants to put a snow wintry mix, but we're going to see mostly rain on the day Thursday for most of you with rain snow in the Wood River Valley. How much snow? Stanley, Ketchum, Bellevue, 6 to 12, 3 to 6, Shoshone, Richfield, Dietrich, Malta, 1 to 3 most everywhere else, from Castleford to Hagerman to Murtaugh to Wendell, Jerome, Burley, Filer, from 9 a.m. until about midnight Thursday before that changeover occurs. Like last time, the main threat is snow and roads. We'll watch the ice, but at this point, personally, I don't think the threat is that high, especially when I compare it to last week. So here's your forecast tomorrow. 29 degrees for the Wood River Valley. Snow, 3 to 6 inches coming in. That will stay snow longer for the Wood River Valley. Magic Valley. Snow comes in the morning, throughout the afternoon. Watch those roads. If you have things to do it early. 1 to 3 inches, 33 degrees. We may see a changeover. Timing is still questionable, maybe more towards 11 o'clock. Same thing in the Minnecaja region, and 32 degrees. Now, once we get this messy weather out, which may happen Friday, because the other part of this system is another system, quickly comes in Thursday night, Friday, changes everything back to snow. And the other story is the temperatures. Look at that. Normally I would spend most of my time talking about how cold it's going to get for the weekend, but we have a system coming in first, and Saturday and Sunday, 16 and 15 degrees above, bitter cold conditions, 4 above, 2 below to start things off Sunday morning. I'm already cold just saying it. And then as you look here at the mountains, snow showers, snow and rain Thursday, back to snow on Friday. Bitter cold, but it stays dry. Again, maybe you're wondering, why is it so cold and no snow? Well, one of the big reasons, colder air holds less moisture. It's just the way it works, and that's one of the reasons we're not going to get much snow out of that. But snow that we get Friday could stick around for a couple of days heading into next week. Now the question is, will it last a week? Because Sunday, 1 week until Christmas.
All right, Brian, more of the same for the next day or so, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to get rain tomorrow morning, then we start to see improvements 24 hours from now, but the flooding is probably going to be slow to respond, and that's typically what happens. You're still going to have melting, you're still going to have runoff, and that's going to be a delayed response to whatever the weather decides to do. We do have flood warnings in place for Minidoka, Cassia County. That goes until 11:30 on Saturday for the ongoing flooding throughout Minidoka, down towards Malta, and of course Jerome, Twin Falls, and the areas over towards Buell. Even people over towards Kimberly and Hanson, 30 that way. Also, major problems out there. Please be advised. You hit water, don't drive through it. And we'll talk about those safeties. Outside of the warnings, everybody's under a flood advisory because we could have more warnings, meaning that everybody has the potential to see flooding on top of what's already going on. There could be new flooding because of the rain, because of the melting, because of the runoff. That's the threat there. Additional quarter to a half inch is possible by midday on noon. The flooding will continue. The big problem, the biggest reason for all of this is the frozen ground. It can't absorb the water, so the water has to go someplace, and it will continue the flooding possibly into the weekend and next week. It will slow, but it's still possible. And I've seen a lot of video of this. Never walk or drive through flood waters. You don't know what's going to happen, like the bridge that we showed you that washed out. You don't know the conditions from that flooded area. 6 inches of moving water can knock a person off their feet. 12 inches can move a car off the road. And we've seen photos of people going around barricades because they think they can make it, and then their car is submerged in water. If you can't tell the depth and you can't see the road conditions there, don't drive it. The Weather Service has a saying, turn around, don't drown. And moisture continues to pump in here. We got the shadowing effect because of the strong winds out of the south. It is mild where the winds are out of the south. Out of the north, it is 38 degrees, and that is what we have. Breezy conditions, but those 15 to 20 miles an hour winds out of the south is what's keeping southern parts of the 84 corridor dry as of this hour. So few showers, mostly rain, 32 in the Wood River Valley. There may be some snow in spots. 40 hovering there overnight. Rain, it will be breezy. And then 38 degrees in the Mini-Cache region. Occasional on and off again rain showers are possible. We do have that winter storm above 7,000 feet, 20 to 30 inches total when it's all said and done. But mostly Ketchum, Fairfield, Haley, you're only going to see rain out of this. Moisture streams in, but we have a cold front. That's the saving grace. That's going to dry things out as we go into Friday. By Saturday and Sunday, we are going to see sunny skies. Let's take a look and time things out. Rain continues here. Rain kind of moves in by 6 a.m. and then by the evening and afternoon it starts to diminish. We'll see maybe a few scattered rain, snow showers overnight, and then it dries out. Winds will die down out of the north. We will see more in the way of sunshine for the weekend. As far as those temperatures, in the 40s heading into 3 o'clock on Friday, but back into the 30s, and then only getting into the upper 30s, which actually helps. It slows the melting as temperatures get colder. Let's get you through tomorrow. Rain, 42 degrees, maybe some snow. Most of the rain is in the morning, 49 in the Magic Valley, 47 in the Mini-Cache region with rain showers. Breezy conditions. The next 7 days look like this, and there is a break. Again, flooding will be slow to respond, but by Monday, 43, 46, 50 by Wednesday. But all-day sunshine for several days, and the breezy, cooler conditions will help on Saturday. Cooler on Saturday for the mountains, but beyond Friday, it does get much better. But I wouldn't say we're done with this yet. I looked at some of the long-range outlooks for the month. It is calling for a warmer and wetter period. But the warmth is good because it opens the ground up to absorb the water.
That it does. Kind of wishing it was August.
Kind of wish you're. And welcome back, by the way.
Thanks, yeah.
In your honor, we decided to pile
Have a
up the snow.
snowstorm. All right. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, it is going to be a messy one as you look at live. And I mean, this is actually, it's kind of part of this, but this is even the main event, as I mentioned, a live look from our Canyon Crest weather camera. And you can see the visibility is low. You can kind of have a hard time seeing the Prime Bridge. The light snow continues, but again, this isn't the main event, but it's going to add to our totals. Pinpoint Doppler, you may be saying, okay, I see snow in Twin, I see snow in Jerome, but I don't see snow on radar. Again, the beam goes up and over the snow, and what happens here is we can't see it close to the ground, but we know it's there, and that's what continues, and we're going to see it increase in intensity as we go overnight. And it's been coming in these very small waves, but this is just the first wave. The next bigger wave comes in later on tonight after midnight, and then through the day, peaks just in time as you head back to work and school on Wednesday. Temperatures right now not going to change much, but that means roads are going to be slick. They were already kind of treacherous, and even with that very fine amount of snow, let's throw on 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 inches of snow onto that. We'll talk more about that, but an inch of snow for the Wood River Valley, light snow overnight. You miss out on this particular storm, but the Magic Valley, Minnecasia region, you're all in. As you see, 18 as snow intensifies overnight. 1 to 4 inches are likely by tomorrow morning. We could have half of our amount. Same thing for the Minnecasia region. As you see here, here's the snow. That's wave number 1, but this snow, this moisture is on the way, and that is what's producing all of these advisories that we have taking place across the area. So we are all shaded in pink, and these are winter storm warnings. Most of these go from about midnight tonight until about 11 o'clock tomorrow evening. What is a winter storm? Well, unlike a winter weather advisory where it's an inconvenience, it could cause problems, this means we have hazardous and potentially dangerous, life-threatening weather conditions on roadways because of just a pure amount of snow. So the snow is going to intensify overnight. Peak of the storm happens Wednesday morning. Slick, snow-covered roads during that commute. Keep that in mind, and then we add in easterly wind blowing and drifting snow with some gusts of 25 miles an hour. Yes, we finally broke out the rain, the red high index for snow impacting the roads. Not much in the way of, say, freezing ice coming, but a little bit of a wind. All of that is playing into this, so let's time things out. Here we are, 11 o'clock tonight, light snow, but look at these shades darker, winds picking up, and it will be with us through 6 a.m. It breaks up a bit, but still snow through Wednesday evening, even into midnight Thursday. It diminishes, though, heading into Thursday morning. We'll see sunshine, but then it gets colder. Let's talk about what you can expect for tomorrow. Scattered snow in the Wood River Valley, 22 degrees, 1 to 2 inches. For the Magic Valley, an additional 2 to 4 on what you get in the morning, 25. And then as you see here in the Minnecasia region, 25 degrees. Chance of snow, actually we're going to see snow piling up there in that region. And then your snow amounts we are looking at, and again the heaviest snow, I'm looking at 4 to 8 inches across the I-84 corridor. That includes Filer, Buell, Twin Falls, Jerome, Burley, Paul, Rupert. 2 to 4 as you go farther north, and the highest amounts will be, say, Pomerelle, Magic Mountain. But for the 7-day there, cold. Thursday, Friday, cold, 13, 15. That's what we have behind it. And then look at that, 43 by Monday.
Yay.
So a little bipolar going on as far as the forecast goes. Not sure what it wants to do. 10 Thursday, 15 on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 23 with scattered snow in the mountains, 33. It does warm up, but in the meantime, messy day tomorrow. If you don't really have to travel tomorrow, recommendation is don't when you have a winter storm warning like this, and the roads are going to just not be good at all.